Negativity is in the air right now for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0, and it's mostly because of how bundles are being treated in the game. I mean, just in my last video, I was discussing how certain bundles have become pay to win for the DMZ mode, and now we're starting to see more bundles come into Modern Warfare 2 shop that include items such as weapon blueprints and operator skins that are exactly the same from what we've seen back in Modern Warfare 2019, and those were packaged in bundles as well. So if you're somebody who bought that particular bundle back in Modern Warfare 2019, well, you're pretty much going to have to buy it again here in Modern Warfare 2. Sure, yes, some of these weapon blueprints look exactly the same, have the exact same format, but different color, and same with the operator skin. You know, they might add something to it, they might change up the color a bit, but I mean, it's pretty obvious they look exactly the same, and so it's really unfortunate that Call of Duty has gone in this direction. And just to reflect how much Call of Duty has been dropping the ball lately has made a huge impact on the community, not just for Warzone players, but for multiplayer fans as well. So it's really sad to see that. But in today's video, I want to be more positive because there's something within the Season 3 update that they added into Modern Warfare 2 that I think has just made the experience so much better, something that should have been there at launch, and that is the gunfight mode. This mode is pretty good in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, I don't know how much you can really screw up the gunfight mode that they first introduced back in Modern Warfare 2019, just because, you know, it is mostly a 2v2 experience. You're playing on very tiny maps. There really isn't that much to it. It's definitely balanced because everybody's using the same weapon and equipment each round. So, I mean, I don't really know how much they can really screw up on the gunfight mode, but it's something that is fun to play within the Call of Duty series, and it's something that even launched within Modern Warfare 2019 on day one. In fact, Gunfight was marketed pretty heavily for Modern Warfare 2019, and I think they did a fantastic job of how they made that mode work back then, and we'll definitely dive deeper into that at the end of this video because first I want to focus on what was actually added within Season 3. So of course, it wasn't just the Gunfight mode that got added, we have the maps that go along with it. In fact, we got 4 maps at the launch of Season 3. It doesn't look like we're getting more maps during Season 3 Reloaded, which kind of sucks, but they may surprise us later, who knows. But anyway, the 4 maps we got here for Gunfight right now is Blacksite, Exhibit, Alley, and of course, the one we all know is Shipment, which of course has already been in the game. And I'd probably say out of all 4 of these, Shipment is probably my least favorite to play on the Gunfight mode, just because I'm just kind of sick and tired of playing it. I mean, of course, I grind it once in a while when we do get a 24/7 playlist, but I try to stay away from it as much as possible. We are literally so spoiled as a franchise to have this map available to us like almost every game, it seems like, unless it's like a Treyarch title. Instead, we'll get Nuketown for that type of game, but still, I'm kind of sick of playing on it, so I don't really like playing it on Gunfight. But also, to be fair, Shipment was never meant to be played as a gunfight map anyway. So of course these other 3 maps were specifically designed for this mode. So for example, let's go ahead and start with Blacksite here, which is also the new gulag we see within this season. And so Blacksite is a fairly unique gunfight map because depending on which side you spawn, you're going to think differently than probably your opposing players. I mean, sometimes you're going to have like the same route and you're going to come across each other in those certain alleyways, but the one thing I really like about Blacksite, I think it's more designed to be a close quarters and a medium range type map when you go into Gunfight. So what I mean by this is that on one side of the Blacksite map, there's actually a more close range type of area for you to engage someone with, where like the other side of the map is more meant to be engaged at longer or medium ranges. And I think that's what makes this map really uniquely designed, is because no matter which side you spawn on, you can decide to either go to a close quarter route or you can stay at the medium to long range route to try and take out an enemy, which is probably the best way to describe this map and the way I like to see it. And I don't know how this actually plays within the gulag for Warzone because I don't really play Warzone at all. I've barely played it since Season 3 started, and I actually have not played it at all in Al Mazrah because that's pretty much the only way you can get into the gulag. I've only played Ashika Island so far, and so I'd like to know in the comments below if you're somebody who does play Warzone and you've tried out this gulag. I would like to know how it actually plays because of course Gunfight is a 2v2 experience, and I don't know how it would play play with a 1v1 on this map. I feel like it might be just a little bit too wacky to try and do this on a 1v1. I don't know. I don't know how 1v1 works on this type of environment. I'd like to know your comments down below, what your experience is in the Gulag. But going on to the next map here, which is actually called Exhibit, which I would say is probably my favorite gunfight map so far in Modern Warfare 2, and that's mostly because no matter which side you spawn on, you're pretty much going to have like the exact same type of, I guess, route as the other players are on the enemy team, and I don't really know how else to explain this. I think it's just because this map is small enough to the point where it's so predictable to know where enemies are going to be. Like, of course, you have to be aware whether or not they're going to be rushing you or if they're going to be playing conservatively and they're just kind of staying in their spawn building. And I've noticed that a lot of players seem to actually be more conservative and they stay in their spawn building, and that might be because in an early rounds I'm able to win them pretty easily and I'm able to like know exactly what the enemies are going to do. There's some pretty popular head glitches on this spot which can be a little bit annoying, but I really don't mind this map at all. I really think it is the best one out of the 3 original ones we got within the season update, and I personally have just been going off on it every time I play this map. I mean, there was even an experience which might actually, the gameplay might actually be shown on screen right now, where I went 14-3 against 2 players. I didn't even have a teammate with me. For whatever reason, the game didn't load in a teammate with me. I don't know why. Maybe he got disconnected or something. I don't know. But I went 14-3 in a 1v2, and it just felt really good knowing that I could handle 2 players on my own, even when both of them bum rush me the exact same time and they're trying, one's like behind me, one's in front of me, and I'm still able to take them out. I just felt really good in that gameplay, and so I just really want to show it off for you guys in this video. But yeah, I've just been going off on this map. It's just so predictable for me to know what the enemy players are going to do, whether I'm by myself going against 2 players or if it is a natural 2v2 type of experience. So I don't know, for whatever reason, I really like Exhibit. And what's funny about this map is I thought they were going to literally take a portion of museum and just create a gunfight experience off of that portion of the museum map, because the image we got for Exhibit looked like it was a part of museum, but I think all they did was just take the assets from the museum map and just recreated a brand new original map specifically designed for the gunfight mode, which I really appreciate the developers doing, because not only does that save them time and resources, but it also gives us something new that we haven't seen yet. So I really do appreciate the developers doing that. Moving on to the alley map, this one has been a pretty good experience so far. I will admit, my matches playing on alley have been pretty hard, and I think it's just because it's a little bit more unpredictable what enemy players are going to be doing on this map. This map definitely plays more of an elevation role, because you're basically starting at the middle elevation and you can climb on top of like the 2 buildings that are on each side of the spawn areas, and you can go down to technically the alley if you want to try and flank enemy players, which nobody really goes down to the bottom level of this map, surprisingly. But one thing I noticed is that if you do at the very start of a round go to the bottom of the alley and start climbing all the way up to the very top, I guess, of the building that's in their spawn, it can really take enemies by surprise. And so that's something that I usually do when playing on this map. Of course, you don't want to be too predictable every round that you play on Gunfight, but that's something that nobody really expects me to do, and nobody really thinks you're going to do that right away and try and get to their side of their spawn and climb on top of their building right off the bat. It's just something that I've been doing every time I play on this map. I just found a lot of enjoyment about it, and personally, the map, I like how detailed the map actually looks compared to Exhibit, for example. And so yeah, I don't know, Alley's a pretty interesting map. You definitely have to be really careful if you're sniping on this, because you know, people really have like those really like sneaky, like, I don't know, head glitching spots for when they want to snipe on this map, I've noticed. But of course, everybody's using the same weapons here, so you could also do it back to them as well. And then I guess talking about Shipment one more time here, you know, Shipment, it definitely plays good in Gunfight. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with playing on this map whatsoever. It's just Shipment. We've already seen it. There really isn't much to discuss about it. But yeah, Alley, Exhibit, Blacksite, the 3 original Gunfight maps we've never seen before. I think they play pretty well, and I think that they're a great addition to the game. I'm very happy to see Gunfight come into Modern Warfare 2. But to end off the video here, I want to briefly talk about some of my opinions on this Gunfight mode moving forward. First of all, they have to bring tournaments into the game. This is something they did introduce back in Modern Warfare 2019. We even see it made a return in Black Ops Cold War as well. And I really like the idea of tournaments. It's something that I wish they brought into Call of Duty a lot earlier, but adding tournaments in for the gunfight experience, I think plays extremely well. I think it will play very well within Modern Warfare 2 as long as they do it right by adding rewards for each type of placement you make. So if I remember correctly, back in Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War, if you lost within the first round, you wouldn't really earn any rewards at all. You might earn like an XP reward, but that would be it. But if you won the second round, you would get, of course, like some sort of calling card or an emblem. But if you won the entire tournament, you would get a weapon blueprint, which I thought was the perfect reward to earn within a gunfight tournament. And it's something that they didn't really capitalize on more as like the year went on for Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War. But nonetheless, they still gave us tournaments and they gave you rewards for winning certain rounds and even winning the entire tournament, which I think having a weapon blueprint as a reward for like winning a tournament is just perfect. And it wasn't just one blueprint you could earn multiple blueprints. So throughout the seasons, they would keep adding more rewards that you could earn throughout these gunfight tournaments, and that's something that definitely has to come into Modern Warfare 2. There's no question about it. It was such a great feature back in those other Call of Duty games, and I cannot wait for them to make it a return here in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, if it doesn't come within Modern Warfare 2, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised at this point just because of the way things are going with this game in general, but still, they gotta bring tournaments in this game. Also, I really think this should have been here at launch. We saw it come into Modern Warfare 2 at launch as well. It was a huge marketing point back then. I mean, there was even an alpha that PlayStation players could play, and it was just the gunfight mode that they could play. The alpha from Modern Warfare 2019 was just the gunfight mode, and the people were able to play that. And I kind of was a little jealous because it came out before the beta, and that was pretty much everyone's first time experience playing Modern Warfare 2019, and I was really jealous because I don't own a PlayStation. But yeah, please make this a priority in Infinity Ward. You did such a great job with Modern Warfare 2019 Gunfight. I know you're going to do a good job with it here in Modern Warfare 2. Just do not screw this up, please, for the love of God. With your next game, have it there at launch and really capitalize on it and really focus more on it in a way. Because sure, yes, I think they need to have more focus on 6v6, but Gunfight, ever since the introduction of it in Modern Warfare 2019, has just been fantastic. And then another thing I like to say is I think for future gunfight maps, they should make them a little bit bigger so that way they could have like some sort of face-off playlist with it, just like we saw within Modern Warfare 2019. Because in Modern Warfare 2019, or excuse me, not Modern Warfare 2019, in Black Ops Cold War, they made the gunfight maps a little bit bigger because they had the intention of bringing in the face-off playlist, which was basically a 6v6 experience but on gunfight maps. And so it was like you were always playing on shipment all the time, it felt like, because of how small the maps were and how chaotic it was, and like how many deaths you could get or like how many kills you could get could just be endless, it seemed like. And I thought that was really awesome to see back in Black Ops Cold War. I would love to see it return here in Modern Warfare 2, but I don't know if this is something they're going to do, especially with these maps we see right now. There's no way 6v6 would work on these maps. They're just way too tiny. I think 2v2 is perfect on it. They could push 3v3, but past 3v3, I don't know if that would work. So hopefully in the future they make some of these gunfight maps bigger so that way we can have that face-off playlist actually return from Black Ops Cold War. This video has gone on long enough. I was trying to make this under 10 minutes, but that clearly can just never happen in any of my videos for whatever reason. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash that like button if you did, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, and of course, do not forget to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with me outside of YouTube. And of course, down in the description, I also have a link to my Twitch page where I do live stream occasionally, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. I mostly probably live stream like ranked matches, and that's something I need to actually get back into as well. I also have not played any of the ground war maps yet, so maybe that's my next video, but I have played a lot of the lighthouse map and that dark map, which I just absolutely hate, and so maybe that'll be my next video. Who knows? We'll just see. You'll probably have to wait a week until my next video comes out, if I'm being honest, but either way, I've gone on long enough. Thank you all for watching, and I shall catch you guys later.